Hello, everyone, and welcome again, once again. I know that's redundant, but go fuck yourself. To the adult table, the
We are
freeform
never
conversation.
redundant.
Hell yeah, exactly. The freeform conversation show based upon two friends just talking shit, whether they disagree or not. But most of the time, we do agree, and that's all well and good.
You
But if
talk
you disagree
shit.
with us and we can play you, we will play your ass like a fiddle, my friend, like a swinette. That's like three strings pulled taut across a pig's ass. I, of course, am your intrepid host,
I like
Trav.
that. The visual of that is absolutely
It's a thing my
incredible.
dad used to say, which I think he got from his parents, so that says a lot.
It sounds very old timey.
It's, yeah, at least like third generation Portuguese in the area. But I am Trav, joined as always with my fellow host, the abominable white man, the vanilla gorilla himself, the one and
That
only Mr. Joey J Fats. And
that
I'm
is
just thinking that middle J I just made up, of course, and it could
so.
stand for anything.
You know what's funny is I used to put on my business cards when I was in sales. I would put Joe E. Palatroni, like so Joe, and then my middle initial, my because my middle name is Eugene, so I put Joe E.
I mean,
Palatroni.
it works both ways.
It totally worked. It was like,
One, you primarily go by Joey, at least amongst your friends, and
uh,
well,
yeah.
maybe.
There's only, let's see, one, two. I can count like three people that call me Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Four, my father-in-law included. He's my friend. Yeah, I
Sure.
was actually friends with my father-in-law before I met my wife, which is actually kind of funny.
No, it makes sense given you've been friends with that family for a while, so
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so like four people that call me Joe on the regular. The rest, everybody else, pretty much calls me Joey.
mm-hmm.
I never really like thought. I never really took like inventory on it until uh one of my friends like pointed out. She's like, "I'll never call you Joey," and I was like, "It's always Joe," and I'm like, "Why? It doesn't matter." And she's like, "It matters." I was
Well,
like, yeah.
if it matters more to them, then that's weird.
Yeah, like my best man and his wife, they both call me Joe. One of my wife's best friends calls me Joe, and my father-in-law calls me Joe. I'm pretty
Sure.
sure everybody else calls me Joey, or yeah, or at least a healthy mix of the two.
And that's fine. I get both Trav and Travis. I mean, my middle name's John, but I've never gone by TJ. Was
I have never once heard you referred to as TJ, and I've known you a very long time.
no, my mom would.
That would be a first for me.
Yeah, my mom would give me. She would call me Tej every once in a while, but it wasn't something I went by. That was like
I like
her.
Tej.
Yeah, but I already knew a couple of TJs. I was like, well, that's already done, and I'm just like, no, I'm Travis or Trav. That I'm fine with either.
So your middle name's John.
Yeah,
Isn't your brother's name John too?
stepbrother, but
Is that
yes.
brother?
Oh,
Yeah.
he's Jonathan. I'm just
Oh, right.
John. I'm
Campbell,
just straight
Campbell,
up John. Yeah,
Campbell.
Schmams. Yeah.
Schmams. Yeah. You know what's funny? He actually this is such a random funny story about your stepbrother. I don't even know if you were on the bus with us this day, but he was on our bus. Obviously, we were all on the same bus at one point, and I had to have been.
Yeah.
This has got to be like early high school for me. And he wasn't on the bus with us very often, but I think like his car broke or something, and he had to take the bus, and he was all pissed off about it. But
Sounds about right. Yeah.
we were on our way to school, and he was on the bus with us. And what the fuck is the name of that song by? Hold on, I'll tell you right now. By Live.
Which
It
one?
was one of-
Lightning crashes.
yeah, but not that one. All Over You.
Oh well,
That one.
yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
that
good.
one.
It's off the same album, Throwing Copper.
Same album.
Mhm.
Throwing Copper, great album.
Yep,
But it
great
was off
album.
of that album, and it was on the radio, and like we were listening to the song, and somebody was like, "Oh, the song's kind of gay," and like we're all listening to it, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I kind of fucking dig this song, but like,
It's
I don't
well,
want to
dude.
sing.
The drum slap in that song. I mean, the whole song is great.
Oh, the
but
drums, dude, the drums were awesome in that. Like, I
Mhm.
love it.
Great fills.
I don't know what the lyrics mean. I've like looked them up, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're trying to say to me, lead singer of Live.
Most of the lyrics on that entire album are just like, what, huh?
Yeah, it's very. You can tell it's like very. It was like it came out because it came out what like late '90s, but it was very like mid '90s, early '90s
It,
lyrics.
no, I mean, I'll look it up now. I want to say that came out in
Was it
95.
94, 95?
It was post like Kurt
So
Cobain
it was
died.
definitely, yeah, so it's definitely like 94, 95 then.
Let's see.
It'd been a couple years. Yeah, it had to have been. There's no way. Yeah,
Uh,
I want to say 94, like even like maybe late 94.
94, April 26th. So
Okay, so early 94 then.
yeah,
I knew the weather was not cold but not warm.
first quarter of the year at least.
Yeah.
It
So
falls within there.
so that song comes on. It was on the radio on the bus,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I kind of like this song at this point. So this is gonna be like 99, 2000 or whatever. So it's already a couple years old, and I'm like,
Yeah, it was a radio hit. It
yeah,
got.
that song's kind of badass. I'm like, I fucking love this song, right? And like everybody's like, a couple people like start trashing it, and I'm like, and I didn't want to say anything because I was like the freshman on the bus, and I was just like, oh no, like I don't want to say something stupid. And, like all these like cool kids think I'm a fucking fag, like, you know, like first semester of freshman year.
Right.
And I'll never forget it. Like we were like busting the left, because yeah, it was adjuvant because we were still at the old high school, and we were like busting the left over by like where like Sharp Street and Milton Street, that stupid stop sign is anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like over there, and Schmamble's just like, he goes, nah, this song's pretty fucking badass actually. This song's fucking dope. And I was like, yeah, what he said. And like him saying that made me be like, yeah, I like this song too. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, he's older than me.
This song's fucking sweet. And like me and your stepbrother were just like, yeah, this song's fucking dope. And then everybody like kind of fucked off because like they're like, oh well, Schmamble likes it, so we can't say anything. All right.
Well, he liked a lot of things, but it's funny because I knew him well before he obviously moved to Dartmouth from the Cape, and before he moved here, he's the one who introduced me to NoFX and a bunch of other punk rock bands. And he was very much like a skater kid. And then he moved here, and within a week he was hanging out with Corey Conward and like Noah Frazier and all them, and he was just like, all right, I'm listening to hip hop now.
Yeah.
I mean, he already did kind of listen to it, but he aesthetically and like predominantly he was still listening to like punk and like Metallica and stuff like that.
But yeah, he made it, but I'll never forget that because like that was like my first like he made it okay for me to be like, no, I like this song. Fuck you guys. Like, and I was like, because I was so like, and I don't know why it's like one of those random moments in your life that sticks out in your memory. Yeah. And I feel like that happens a lot with music, where like music will jog memories of like random things, and you can associate like songs and with certain periods of time and
songs,
and
time of year, smells sometimes, the people you were around, and sometimes. Absolutely. Seemingly innocuous moments like that stick with you for some reason or another. It just
and that would exactly. That would be like why would I even remember that? Like
it had really, no significance. It was just
like outside of like riding the bus together before your brother got his license, like in his car. Like I didn't really I never hung out with him. Like I didn't know him. Like I mean he was a couple years older than us, so like I wasn't like it's not like he was like, hey Joey, come hang out with us. Like no. That wasn't happening.
Yeah.
But like I just knew him like a little bit from like riding the bus with him. And he was just a cool dude. And I was just like, yeah, man, whatever, this guy's all right. Like, whatever. And then over the years I was like, nah, and then, obviously like I had Butler's tech class with him. I think he was in with me one year. And like we got to know each other a little bit better. But it was just funny. And like that one moment sticks out to me so much for some random reason of like just like if you had like every time I hear that song, like I think of Schmamble. It's just like it's like this weird association thing I have. It's like it's not gay. I promise it's not gay. It was just like me as like a 13-year-old kid or a 14-year-old kid, whatever I was at that point, being like too like ashamed to admit that I really like this song because it seemed kind of gay at the time. But then you listen back to it and you're like, nah, this song's a fucking classic banger. And then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, this song's fucking sweet. And then but Schmamble made it okay.
Yeah.
For me to like it. So I was like, cool.
And the thing is, I don't recall him. I mean, I remember I was listening to that when it was like earlier, like closer to
when it came out, probably.
Yeah, 94, 95 ish, and I don't think I owned it yet. I don't think he did either. But I mean, he had a pretty broad taste in music, at least for somebody his age at that time. And
I've never owned a live album. There's so many bands of like albums like I did. Like I wasn't a big like CD guy.
Oh, I was. Oh,
and
God.
maybe it helped. Maybe it helped because like it probably helped that like Napster came out kind of like probably within like 2 or 3 years of me being like, oh, I want to own this music. But I was like, like I want to listen to Ozzy, but like I just wanted, like at the time, I want to listen to like I don't want to listen to Crazy Train again. I can just turn on HJY and hear Crazy Train at any given
Every
moment.
25 minutes, basically.
Yeah, like I want to hear like something different. So like I wouldn't buy like an Ozzy CD, you know what I mean? But I would like get like Al Barami or Jay Rose to make me a CD and be like, hey, put these songs on it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I had my dad's friend that would do that, but before that was a thing, I would I did the whole Columbia House thing.
yep.
You know,
Oh my god, I did that. My mom let me do that one time.
and then you got to cancel it before they charge you.
Dude, I ordered I got an Everclear album off of that once. How embarrassing is that?
I got the Chronic, the first one,
Nice.
and Warren G's the one with Regulate on it.
Nice.
And when those came in, I think it was it got sent to my dad, because it was after my parents split.
Yeah.
But he was like, "Oh, so this is what he's like." Well, these have parental advisory labels on them. He's like, "I'm not gonna allow you to keep them." And I'm like, "Dad, you already feel guilty for the divorce, and you take us to whatever movie we want to see, and basically that means me because I'm 4 years older than my sister. So yeah, best
Right.
believe we saw Species in theaters." And,
nice. And there was titties in that movie.
And as soon as that happened, he grabbed my baseball cap off my head as he's saying, "Oh Jesus, oh Jesus," and he puts it over my face. And I'm like, okay. But I'm able to see through, the little holes in the top of your baseball cap.
Oh yeah.
I'm able to see through there. So he effectively blocked most of my vision, but so yeah, I got CDs at an early age. My dad was also a big collector. Well, he still is. Not as much now since things are digital, but he let me raid his record collection a few years ago when I started collecting vinyl.
That's
So
awesome.
I took some of those. A lot of them not in the best shape, but it's still those are the ones that he spun when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And the ones that he bought, like sometimes first issue, like Beach Boys and stuff like that from the 60s. So
my parents had
cool to
a
have.
pretty large vinyl collection when we moved to Dartmouth, and my brothers and I discovered it in the basement one day, and then we were like, wow, these make really cool frisbees, and they shatter when they hit the wall. And
oh, that's fucked.
I can only imagine like what gems we probably fucking destroyed. Like just being idiot, like 5-year-old.
That's like the scene from Shaun of the Dead when they're using records as weapons, and like,
dude,
the Sade, and he's like, "No, don't get rid of the Sade," and I wholeheartedly agree because I fucking love Sade.
Yeah,
she's great.
You're like, no, don't do that. Like,
No.
oh wait, hold on. Peaches? No, we don't touch peaches.
Yeah.
I will be sucking on those titties like I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, but yeah, that was my random memory of your stepbrother.
Nice.
From high school. It was cool. Yeah, because that song comes on. I listen to that like I listen to live a lot. Like, well, they pop up on my. They're like one of those bands. Like, you have like those bands that you're like, I've never been like I would never go see them in concert unless like somebody like dragged me to it. Or like,
if Live played the Feast and they were headlining, I'm there.
Oh, I'd be there all day. Absolutely.
One, it's 15 minutes from my place, and two,
and it's the Feast. I'll be there anyway.
Yeah, and
I'll already be there anyway.
And I'll actually stay for it too, because typically these days I'm not sticking around for the headliner unless it's worth it.
Last time I stuck around for headliner was Badfish.
That's worth it.
And well, you know what's funny is like I was listening to it and I was just like, I just remember looking at like my brothers and my wife and just being like, "Yo, Sublime kind of sucks, huh?"
I've always liked them, but I can't
like,
listen to them in any other season but the summer. If it comes on randomly in the dead of winter, I'm like, I can't. Like, this is such a vibe, like environmentally driven vibe music. Like, it has to be warm and sunny, and I have to be on a beach.
And yeah, you need like a Corona in your hand and like something
or
like
whatever,
that.
And a joint or some kind of weed, and it's just like, all right, I'm there.
But like I'm listening to him and I'm like, man, these guys kind of fucking suck. And I'm like, why do I like them? And then I go back and I listen to like their studio stuff, and I'm like, no, I'm like, they got some fucking good jams. I'm like, I'm being a little hard on them. I'm like, maybe they don't suck, but I'm like, but yeah, they're definitely a vibe. Like maybe I wasn't feeling it at the moment,
Yeah.
and I was like, all right, well, somebody like fucking turn off the fucking the reggae radio. Like what the fuck? Like I don't want to listen to Stick Figure anymore. I'm like, oh wait, this is Sublime. Never mind. I'm like, I'm Stick Figured out because my wife, summertime, my wife loves Stick Figure. She'll listen, but it's got to be like same thing. We have to either be in Florida or it's got to be summertime.
Yeah.
Like that, and you know who's another big time summer vibe for us now? All of a sudden, which is wicked funny and actually a really funny story, is Baltimore.
Don't know who that is.
Tarzan Boy song.
Oh yeah, I know that song.
Yeah, the Tarzan Boy. So that whole
I don't know anything other by that.
That whole album actually fucking
ah shit. Stay with me, Joey. Stay with me. All right, got you back.
So Baltimore is going to be like, for us, it's going to be either it's going to be Florida or summertime. And the reason why it's going to be summertime is because a couple years ago, so me and my brother were on our way to on our way home from the golf course, and we were going to my parents' house after golf to go say like have drinks. And my brother picked up his dog, and he has this little fucking Australian Shepherd who's wicked fucking fat. Like she's like a potato with fucking toothpicks for legs and like body's bigger than her head, and she has this tiny little face. It's the most comical fucking fat animal you've ever seen in your life.
It's like it resembles a corgi more than its actual breed.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, shepherd, like Australian shepherd's supposed to be like these lean, fast, athletic animals, and then like there's Lulu, and she's just like
yeah, they're shepherd dogs. They're supposed to be running around. They're shepherding goddamn flocks of sheep.
Nope, not this one. This one's fucking more dense than borium. But so fucking she goes, so we grabbed Lulu and we're on our way to my parents' house. My brother's playing music in his truck, and that Baltimore, the Tarzan Boy song kept playing like over and over and over again. And we're like, what the fuck? But it was like different versions of it. It was like, oh, this is the extended cut, the original cut, this is the remix of it, and like, but Spotify kept playing the same fucking.
So it was like, the same song. It was just remixes,
different versions. And if anybody knows my brother, they know my brother is not the type to like run shit back at all. Like he's like, no, like listen to it once and then be done with it.
Okay, yeah.
And
it had
so
he's time.
like getting fucking annoyed because it keeps coming on. Then we'd finally like skip ahead and like something different would come on, and then that song would come back on. So like by like the fifth or sixth time this song comes back on, I'm like, all right, just roll with it, dude. This is kind of fucking funny now. Like Spotify's just fucking with you. And it comes on, and Paul just turns around, and like his stupid fat little dog is just sitting there, like in the middle of like the center console. He just turns and looks and goes, "Hey Lulu, want to hear a cool song?" And like, so we just started dying laughing, and it was funny. And then a couple weeks later, my brother and sister-in-law came up. I got shit-faced one night. I mean, like fucking hammered. And we were like going inside, and we're playing on the speaker, and like I played that song. And I was like, hey guys, want to hear a cool song? And everybody's trying to go to sleep, and I just keep blasting it like over the fucking Bluetooth speaker in my living room. And then like it would end, and I'm like, hey, you guys want to hear another cool song? And I'll just play it again.
Here's the house remix of it.
Like initially they were getting pissed off, and then by like the third time, like I heard my brother-in-law just start dying laughing, like, and now they're just cracking up. My wife is like, are you fucking kidding me? Go to bed. And I'm like, nah, song's sweet. Like, so now every single time that song comes on, like my sister-in-law, they live in Florida, like she'll be at her work and she'll just like Snapchat me, and she'll like Snapchat me like a video from work with like that song playing over the PA. And like it's just now it's a whole meme thing. It's just
it's a meme. It's an inside joke. Yeah.
But it's gonna be summertime vibes. It's all about the vibes. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. I anytime the Sublime song comes up in shuffle and it's December or like February or something, I'm like, no, I can't.
Name of the album, but it's really good. You should definitely check it out.
But yeah, Live was one of those bands where I like that album. That's I think the only album I've owned. I like some of their other songs off of their other stuff too, but that album from top to bottom, I'll revisit every once in a while and give it a full playthrough in like one sitting.
Oh, Throwing Coffin is a fantastic album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a classic. Absolute classic. Living in the Background, 1985 is the name of the Baltimore album. whole
Okay.
thing, whole thing fucking slaps, dude. Don't
Okay.
ask me why. It's like 1980s, peak 1980s, like synthwave, fucking
Which
that kind of music.
I'm a fan of synthwave and dark wave and vaporwave. I like the waves.
I don't know
Uh,
any. I don't know anything about. I don't know what differentiates those waves. All I
oh,
know
I
is,
could go into it, but I'm not going to.
yeah, I could go into this, but we'll need another show.
Yeah, that we've already preambled quite a bit here. I'd
Yeah.
say, uh, speaking of things that are nostalgic that, remind you of good things, this new episode of South Park kind of brought me back a little bit. For the most
Oh,
part, I'd say 75%.
Totoro.
Yes. Because, and I think it's because they let the Trump story thing happen then, and that's easily the most controversial thing about the episode. That's the only anything I saw any articles written on about
Oh yeah.
because easily again they went with the low-hanging fruit there. It
But it
funny?
was actually
Yes.
funny this time.
Yeah,
But
it
they
still to
actually
me
did
was
something funny
lazy,
with it.
but it didn't dominate the episode like his character has in the
Yeah, I
past.
think
They
that was
focus
kind of
more
the
on
best part.
the kids and then the inept cops, and the storyline around this one at least tied up one loose end with Cartman. Although
Dude,
they handled that kind of lazily in my.
I kind of forgot about the cops.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So yeah, do you want to give a rundown and then we can discuss what happened in it?
I think we can just jump right into the episode.
All right, so yeah, the way it starts is Butters has created an AI generated video of Red, who previously screwed him over in the Labubu episode.
Yes, which is a nice throwback, actually. Nice
Yeah,
callback.
they're bringing it back here and there,
Yep.
and it made sense here. And it was of her having like going door to door to spread her farts, but then Santa Claus comes out and pisses in her mouth.
Yeah.
And then she retaliates. Oh, because he called her a bitch.
Yeah.
She's just a bitch, which
She's
turns
just
out
a
to be
bitch.
true. Like,
It did. It did actually turn out to be very true.
so she then retaliates, makes one of him fucking my neighbor Totoro, which of course I'm familiar with the Studio Ghibli stuff. I'm not huge into anime, but
I know of it. I know of like Totoro. Like I've seen the character and like I know the name, but I wouldn't be able to
Yes.
tell you anything about it.
I've only seen that one once out of the Ghiblis. And again, I'm not a huge anime guy, but I respect what the work they do.
I love anime. I think anime is some of the best artwork on the planet. to be
Hands down,
honest.
but I'm not a weeb or anything. I'm not like super into any of it. But
No,
it's
I'm not Naruto running anywhere.
no, I appreciate the genre though for what it is.
Same.
And there's some really good stuff. There's some really cringe shit, but that's like anything.
It's really weird shit.
Yes, just like anything.
The Godzilla animated special on Netflix from a couple years ago.
Yeah, that
Godzilla
was good.
Earth was wicked good.
Oh yes, no, they're
It was
fantastic
so fucking good.
at animation.
Actually, probably better than anything anybody's put out in a long time for Godzilla wise. But anyway, I digest.
Yes. So she then creates one of Butters fucking Totoro, but I thought it was gonna be Totoro fucking him.
I thought so too, but then it ended up being Butters fucking which was like, and Totoro was like, oh, the face.
And she like hijacks the she
hijacks the school assembly.
yes, and has
So
that
the
playing.
video gets played in front of the whole school, which is
And-
fucking great.
And that sets up the cops
Yeah.
being notified that a kid was fucked by Totoro. Even though it's actually the other way around.
When you start saying it out loud, you just like, wait a minute, what? Like, it is even more ridiculous. Like I just watched it earlier again. Like I just put it on. Like I threw it on because it was on background while I was playing darts and like hanging out with the wife before we ate dinner. And I threw it on, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, I laughed probably harder the second or third time, whatever. The third time around, I think it's the second time around. I've watched this episode now. I think I laughed harder this time than I did the initial first time. And like, I feel like this is the best episode that they've done so far this year.
Yeah, I can honestly,
you know,
I like right
I'm
from the
still
gate,
counting
I'm already
the
laughing. I'm like, okay, this is funny.
Yeah,
Uh,
Santa pissing in Red's mouth was fucking funny, and then you're like, and then you get into the why Butters did it. Well, because she's a bitch. And okay,
well, you can't just do that. You need to.
yeah,
How is
like
this even
Kyle,
legal?
like Stan and Kyle are like trying to be like the voice of reason, and they're like, nah, dude, you can't just do that. Like, that's not cool. And then when the lawyers, like the Studio Ghibli, like writers and or whatever come in,
Yeah, they one of them is the direct representation of the head of. He is Ghibli.
yeah, and that was fucking amazing because I love when South Park does Asian impersonations, whether it be Chinese, Japanese, whatever.
They do them all the same.
I know, but it's so good.
Ooh,
They do the Japanese a little bit different than the Chinese. Like the Chinese are a little more twangy, and the Japanese are a little more. Oh,
yes.
you cannot do this. Cuttlefish and asparagus. Like,
yeah. Oh, fuck are you, cow with a chicken?
Yeah. Fuck a cow and a fuck a chicken.
Yeah, you're right.
Those were super fucking funny. And they're like, you fuck a Totoro, and they're like, you cannot fuck IP, like, and then like, oh, so they got Totoro's got lawyers already, and like the whole like dynamic of like the like that the Japanese writers were like gonna sue for using intellectual property, which is actually like an underlying thing if you go and look into like a lot of the shit.
The thing is, South Park is like a year late when it comes to referencing Ghibli specifically and AI, because it was about a year ago when the Studio Ghibli AI trend started, where somebody came up with the right prompts to you could make any picture or scenario.
Right.
Ghibli-ized. And it looked spot on. It was like, that looks like a still from a still frame from any one of their productions, but it's specifically what somebody wanted to be, and it could be.
That makes sense. That makes sense. That it was that. Okay, so now that makes sense now, because I was.
But again, it's not exactly that unless some new things happened where they were successfully.
Well, I was wondering why they just randomly chose Totoro, like.
Specifically because it's Studio Ghibli, and they did,
and then we all use a pen and a paper.
Yeah, it takes 3 days to 3 years to make a Totoro.
Hundreds of writers, 3 years to make a Totoro.
Like, and you 2 minutes to fucking him with your shit.
Like, and that part was like, so that whole storyline of the episode, I thought was fucking A+ work. Like. That to me, that had me dying. Like I was fucking crying, laughing.
It was the funniest.
Even now, like
and then how it ties in with the cops, who are so stupid that they don't they think these characters are. They mention Popeye and a bunch of others.
Yeah,
these characters are fucking the kids, and it's like they don't realize it's AI.
We're gonna have to go undercover, and then obviously like to shift it back to like the Trump JD Vance story arc that's been ongoing. Peter Thiel kidnapped Cartman, and Peter Thiel is like he's like typing the prompts in to make AI videos of Cartman,
and it's just old bits of Cartman.
Yeah, and everybody thinks it's just Cartman like just on vacation in Washington D.C. and he's just like, and it's like he is fat. The child is fat and authoritative, and it's just like. Hey, Mom, here I am at the Washington Monument eating a pot pie. No kid has my pot pie.
Yeah, and then cheesy poops.
Yeah, like I love at the end when they catch him, they catch Peter Thiel and they arrest him and they free Cartman, and Cartman just goes out and immediately starts berating his mom. He's like, it took you fucking this long to figure out those videos weren't real. He's like, when the fuck was the last time I had a pot pie, Mom?
Yeah, he calls her a dumb bitch.
You dumb bitch.
Because it is all old Cartman references.
It was.
I haven't eaten cheesy poofs in like 5 years.
It was in like 15 years, you dumb bitch. Oh, man. Mm-hmm. That shit was fucking funny. And then the Trump JD Vance thing, I think this was probably the funniest thing that they've done with Trump and JD Vance since the show started, since this season started, since they started on this.
It was funny. Again, to me, it was like low-hanging fruit for them regarding the characters. Like
they finally like took it to like a level of like, okay, this is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Like when JD, like little baby fat JD Vance is like, oh, both.
It's so big. And then
boss. He's like, they show like his hands
Bah.
like, squeezing the sheets.
Yeah. Oh, and he's wearing like a thong.
Yeah.
JD Vance, he's like wearing like a turquoise thong.
I like, oh no, Fox News is not going to be happy when they find out about this. It's
Yeah,
like,
so that gets leaked. They're all sullen. They're
news.
Jesus. They're like, here's what got leaked from the White House because that was on Teal's laptop.
Yep.
After it's seized because Teal has been working with JD Vance, as we know.
Peter Thiel, he knows the Antichrist.
And they're showing it live on Fox. And then Fox and Friends interrupts the Fox News stream to say that President Trump is calling in live. And he basically like kind of stumbles his way into saying, no, it's just AI. Like, it's all Sora.
Yeah, he's like, no, that's Sora too, guys.
They're like, oh, wait. Oh, of course it is.
Of course it's fake. Oh my God, why did we think of that?
Like, of course we believe him. And then,
dude, well, and it's funny because like the amount of like shit, like, and this speaks to like a different kind of like thing, like issue. I feel like that we're coming into as I wouldn't even say as a society, as a species, that like people aren't able to differentiate between AI and what's real, like at all. Like especially the older generation.
Oh yeah.
They'll see something, they'll be like, whoa, did you see this? And blah, 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 and this, that, the other thing. And I'm like, oh my God, you fucking retard. Like, that's so, like, that's AI, dude. And they're like, what the fuck is AI? And I'm like, I'm like, I don't have time to explain it. You're just gonna have to trust me on this. It's not real. And they're like, but it looked pretty real.
Watch,
it's like a car. It's like a car
the
crashing.
first two Terminator movies. You'll understand what AI is.
Yeah, and it's like a car crashing, and I'm like, where's the debris flying off of the car? Where are the sparks, the dust, the dirt, anything that should be like getting kicked up, like as this car crashes? Like, oh yeah, what the fuck? Why would somebody do that? And then they get all mad and defensive. Well, why would people do that? And I'm like, why would somebody lie on the internet? Oh, geez, I don't know. Like, how much time do you have? Like,
yeah,
you know,
and it's it's showcasing what the tech can do. Which in some cases, if the prompts are well structured and done right, it can. Yes, there's still the uncanny valley shit for me. And like you said, if it's meant to be, like a simulation of something specific, you can easily pick out the inconsistencies there.
Yeah, like now, like I remember a year ago, like when you could tell an AI generated photo because all the hands had like 6 fingers or 7 fingers on them.
Yeah, now it's mostly past that.
Yeah, they
for the
fixed that.
most part, and shit with like what South Park did with like South Park Studios did with like the deepfake series that they did.
Yeah.
During COVID. That back then, that was only 5 years ago. It still looks pretty good now, but even then you were like, okay, there's still like the uncanny, like they're dead behind the eyes. Like it's convincing enough where somebody who doesn't know any better would be like, oh shit, that's Donald Trump or Mark Zuckerberg, but they have weird voices. But it now, if they did that now, it would look even better and probably even more convincing.
Well, and it makes you, and again, like you have to like, and this I feel like is a little bit of an aside here, but I feel like as a general rule of thumb, like you have to remember, whatever technology is being given to us, the plebes, the government has had for probably a minimum of 30 years. So think back to the last 30 years and everything you've seen on TV and all this shit and all these videos and all this stuff. And just know that the government has AI that's 30 years better than what you have. Whatever you're getting is like the infant stages. You're not getting the top of the line shit. So if the government has AI that's 30 years advanced, and we've seen the leaps it's taken in 1 year, now that it's been, allowed to be, disseminated to the public, what does the government have?
Well, yeah,
and
by the time...
What else has been AI'd?
Well, by the time we got commercial rated like drones, for private use.
Yeah.
The military had already been using them to do strikes for a while. So it's
I didn't know this,
and far more sophisticated than I'm talking like the ones that are the size of small aircraft.
We had UAVs and drones in Vietnam.
Hmm.
Like that's a little known fact. Like you don't think of Vietnam as being like a tech heavy war. It was very like you know what I mean because it was so gritty and in your face and like tech really didn't seem to work.
No, it was all
Or when you
Fortunate Son, Agent Orange, and napalm. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. And
yeah, and
Charlie Don't
you know,
Surf and machine guns off the choppers.
we gotta get
Uh,
these gooks out of here so we can surf these waves.
yeah.
Um you're like, thank you, Mr. Duvall.
Hmm.
Doing God's work, sir. But
Yes.
no, they back to the but anyway, yeah, back to the South Park episode because I can go down a rabbit hole about government tech and what they actually have. And it's
Yeah,
not
that's
fun.
a whole nother episode.
Yeah, it's not. I'll tell you what, it's not pleasant. I actually just ordered a book. It's called "If Someone Builds It, We All Die," and it's about the future of AI. So, um, yeah, get ready. If we make it, if we can, if we make it the next 3 decades, I'll be shocked.
There's an
As a
interesting short
species,
story that you was written in like the late '60s, early '70s that you might appreciate. It's called "I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream," and it's
mm,
about AI in the future. The book is short. It doesn't get into a whole lot of things, but dude, the author is a legit like weirdo, like like unhinged kind of fucking strange guy,
yep.
but he's got great ideas. And they eventually did develop it into like a point and click adventure PC game in the 90s. And he was
Mm,
like, all right, well, I'm writing it, I'm doing voice acting on it, and I'm expanding on the characters and the lore. That's kind of considered the definitive story of it, like version of it,
mm.
which you can just watch a playthrough on. But it is so dark, it is so fucking grim.
Yeah, I mean,
uh
like, it probably what it makes Terminator 2 look like fucking like Happy Go Lucky.
Yeah, it
It makes
legit
Terminator
does.
2 look like Billy Madison.
Oh, it legit does, because in this scenario, the AI, I won't give away too much, but it thrives off of suffering. Uh,
Interesting.
and it's really fascinating, actually. The way it's written and the themes behind it. It's very well done. It's a dark sci-fi.
Yeah, I mean, well, the book that I ordered was it was written by two guys that are they're considered. Well, I think one of them is considered like the godfather of AI,
Mm,
and like they know like they basically take you through like the tech aspect of it. Like it's a very technical book where
right.
it's like this is what AI is, this is how it works, this is what it does. But like I watch these scenarios and stuff where like they run like simulations with AI, and I think that the scariest part of AI is that it's a reward based intelligence, so it rewards itself based on accomplishing tasks. And when the task, like you say, like okay, let's make society as efficient as possible, and ultimately, like the AI will every single time ultimately come to the conclusion that destroying humans is going to make society the most efficient. And you're like, no, 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 don't do that. And even when you tell it not to do that, then it starts to like, it almost becomes sentient where it becomes like, it starts to have its own thoughts and its own opinions.
And they're
And
like, oh, unplug it. We're
yeah, and I'm
approaching the
like,
goddamn
huh,
singularity.
well,
Holy
geez, tell
shit.
me when you've heard this one before. Like, like who knew that Terminator 2 wasn't it wasn't a movie. It was a fucking documentary, like
Which
it's
is
just, it's
wild,
insane.
too.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. But back to the South Park thing, real quick. No, I think this was the funniest. This is the best. This might have rescued the season. I know there's only 2 episodes left, but this might have saved the season, in my opinion, because
Yes.
up until this point, I had a very like limited laugh out loud, number of laugh out loud moments, if you will. And
Same.
not that I need those to be for South Park to be good, because sometimes South Park's like the whole thing, like it's not fucking laugh out loud funny, but when you get to the end, you're like, holy shit, that was fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
You know what
they
I mean? Like you
usually
almost
tie
want
it all
like
together, and
amazing. Yeah.
it'll at least make you think
But
sometimes.
this one was actually funny. Like
Yeah.
you said, they had the cops, the kids, like Butters, like when he's getting interrogated, he's like, I don't know
No,
nothing.
nothing. Yeah, it
And he
had.
just keeps standing there, and there's like, and then Kenny's talking, and the Japanese people are talking, and the detective's like, I can't understand what anyone is saying right now, and you can perfectly understand all of them. Like,
Yeah. I mean, at this point, you should be able to understand most of what Kenny's saying, even though it's muffled. And
Yeah.
the Japanese guys were, yeah, very easy to follow. It's just it's highlighting how dumb the cops are, especially
Just
specifically the lead detective.
yeah, Detective Harris.
Hmm.
Was it Harris or is it? Yeah,
I
isn't
think
his name
so.
Harrison Yates?
Well, he referred to his partner as he was just calling his partner by his
Mitch.
first name, Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch is the partner. But I've heard like because remember in the was the Red Dead Redemption episode when he comes home and Maggie, his wife, is like, Harrison Yates, you need to take a day off. And I was like,
Yeah,
wait, I thought his last this is Harrison Yates Harris is his name.
could go. Yeah, it's been a while since I watched that one because that was already.
A couple years ago now.
Well, it came out when Red Dead 2 came out, so that had to have been 2017.
Yeah, 17. Yeah, Harrison Yates is his name.
Or no, maybe 2018.
Also known as Detective Harris. So
Okay.
he goes by either or. Okay.
So his name's Harrison Yates, but he goes by Okay, yeah.
Detective Harris, which is weird, but
It should be Detective
and then
Yates,
yeah,
but
Mitch Murphy is his
all right. Yep.
is the other guy, the other detective. But yeah, I remember that because his wife. Because remember he comes home to find his wife playing his Red Dead game.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "What'd you do?" And she's like, "I started my own life.
Yeah.
Started my own game."
It's great that she has like an Irish accent too. Like she's
Wicked heavy Irish accent. I don't know why. It was just, but that's another just one of those like little like subtle like nice like. Just
I think they probably did that just because they had already named him, or maybe decided to name him Harrison Yates. It sounds
Harrison
funnier
Yates.
in
Yeah,
an Irish
Harrison
brogue. Like,
Yates.
Harrison Yates.
It does sound funnier. There's no denying it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think this episode might have set up the final two to actually be like to actually bring this whole thing together and remove any like it'll go a long way towards undoing. Like I still don't think individually any of these episodes up until the outside I think the Labubu one and the Totoro one have like some decent rewatchability standalone.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think all the other ones are going to need, the whole season to fit them in and make it make sense.
Well, this is what I was going to bring up because we talked about this last week. Like, how are they going to tie all these loose ends in 3 episodes?
Yeah.
They kind of did that, and I'll say it again. In my opinion, lazily with Cartman in this one. It seemed almost like an afterthought. I mean, they included him in the episode, of course. But, all right, he's already back, out of Peter Thiel's watch and captivity. All kind of neatly and within one thing, which, okay, they probably weren't going to stretch that out to 2 episodes. That whole thing, at least getting him home. And because they have the other stuff that they need to address. So, like, they didn't show Melania in this one. They're going to have to resolve that. They brought her up, and she's supposedly a force that needs to be addressed by the end of the season.
I mean, or maybe that was just the Halloween episode, and it's just that's it. That's her only thing because
possibly, but she was prominently at the end of the episode looking out the window, and Trump is freaked out by her.
Really
could she be the foil to the butt baby?
Maybe.
I mean, she speaking, strictly as
I want to know
Trump's
who
wife as a character. Yeah, see, if it's born,
that's what's like keeping me like because I know like the butt baby's not just gonna come out and be like some like little mini Satan. It's gonna be somebody it's gonna be like Alex Jones or
what I'm thinking
Roger
about
Taylor
would be
Green.
actually funny. It's the guy that whoever created the song that features 6-7, and then that the joke is, oh well, this guy doesn't really matter. It doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean anything. Just like
it means nothing.
The whole meme success. That's one way that they could subvert expectations.
Because who did that? Was that
I have no idea.
It wasn't the baby, was it?
I didn't know it was a thing until the South Park episode. Actually, the day that aired, I saw a news thing about it being done in schools.
The rapper associated with 6-7 is Skrilla. The song Doot Doot 6-7 became popular on TikTok.
So
Okay.
I could see it being something like that. At least it ties it into it, but I think they'll go another way. And yeah, maybe
Yeah,
an Alex Jones type, or
or like or it looks like Lauren Boebert or something. Like I think I'm trying to like think of like people in because obviously they're going hard after the Trump administration right
yeah,
now
who in their eyes would
for
be the
whatever
spawn of
reason.
Satan and Trump?
Yeah, like is it or maybe it's Barron, you know, and he comes out and he's just huge.
Yeah, he's 7 feet tall and
He's 6'7".
made of solid gold.
But no, I think this episode might have this it definitely to me it removed the season off life support.
Yeah,
I felt like this season was almost was a hairline fracture away from being dead, and this
that's how I
episode
felt. We were
pulled
both
it.
saying, "Is this? Are they kind of cooked right now? Do they get back on track?" I think this is them
I mean,
keeping
I
it
still
more
don't-
simple and not overthinking the political stuff and just being like, let's just make a funny episode and here's how we can make it funny. Here's the topics we can use to tie this together with the ongoing storylines. And I think they did a great job with it. It's easily
This
the
episode was
funniest
funny.
one.
Like even my wife laughed out loud at this one.
Mhm.
Like we both had like some really like laugh out loud moments. Like I thought it was funny. Like Butters getting mad is always one of my favorite things, and like yelling at the cops. And I love the cops in South Park. They're
Yeah.
fucking awesome. Although I would like to see a Bar Brady appearance at one point. You know what I mean? Again, but
Yeah.
that's just me being selfish, I guess.
Yeah,
But
he shows up every once in a while. It's been a bit.
yeah, we haven't had a Bar Brady episode in a long time.
Or at least one where he's featured somewhat prominently. Like
And the last one he was like featured prominently was like 10 years ago.
I think it was playing at lunch at work last week.
That was the one the gay ninjas.
Well, the one I saw that day was when was it Butter's mom kept killing kids, or Stan's mom kept killing kids? Shit.
There you go.
It was. I got you back. I forget which mom it was. She was
Killing.
Oh, she was killing people because she thought their son was doing it. It might have been Stan's mom.
Oh no, that was Spooky Fish.
Yeah, Spooky Fish.
Yeah.
Oh
was
yeah,
like
that was a
season
while
2.
ago.
That
Oh
was,
yeah.
Yeah, that's like season 2. Yeah, when she's like, she's like, oh no, my baby's killed again, and like it's the fish that keeps killing people.
Yes.
And
Yeah, you're right.
Fish,
It is that. It is that
burying
old
the
of an
bodies in the
episode.
backyard. And like Brady shows up, and there's like a dog like ripping an arm out of a grave. He's like, huh, nothing to see here. Okie dokie then. And then she clubs him and puts him in the basement.
Yeah, got him chained to the wall. Yep.
Yeah, and she's like, Sharon, why did you take his pants off?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can only hear so much of it because there's a couple of guys I work with that eat at the same time that I do, and they just talk over everything. And they're sitting right next to each other, and it's like, you guys, can you just shut up?
We're watching South Park. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Yeah, no, I know the feeling. But no, I think this is I have a little bit of hope here left for the last 2 episodes now. It's revived my sense of hope, I should say.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they
please God let this season fucking end up being funny. Like again, I don't know how much like I'll rewatch this whole season as a whole because
I probably won't that much.
There's been a lot of throwaway shit. I feel like just lazy throwaway shit. Started off strong, episode 1. You were like, all right, this could be funny. The Charlie Kirk episode was great, and then I feel like from the Charlie Kirk episode on, it's just been like you could tell like something happened behind the scenes, and we may never know, but like you can just sense it that like something changed.
Well, I still think the assassination of Charlie Kirk set their trajectory off somewhat. Not just specifically because they had anything in mind with him going forward after that.
It just became all of a sudden the climate shifted.
Yes, for what you can say, and they fully addressed that with the whole FCC stuff.
That episode I actually really liked, the FCC episode.
That one was good. It was goofy. Again, it was a little too heavy on the Trump stuff, but at least that was an homage to Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunesy.
So I can give that one a pass for that. It's just after that, all the political stuff was just very lazy.
Yeah.
and it felt like it was doing a disservice to the rest of the episode's content, where that all lacked the humor, where the focal point was on the political stuff, and that was just kind of meh. Where now is okay, they address the political stuff in probably
Right.
the funniest way they've done so far this year,
Yep.
but
Definitely.
they brought it back to the basics when it comes to them writing everything else for the rest of the episode. And all right, let's have a funny thing with the kids. Let's have we can integrate the cops in it in this way.
Yeah.
Have AI be a part of it too, and uh, let's throw in Studio Ghibli in there and have an excuse to do Japanese voices. And
Right.
so it worked for me in that sense. I'm looking forward to it now ending the season, that is, and seeing how they intend to land this thing.
Yep.
We'll see if it works out ultimately, but I feel better about it now going into the final 2 episodes than I did last week going into the final.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I feel like I almost feel like a sense of like relief in a way, because I was like, damn man, like this is my favorite show of all time. And when it doesn't live up to my expectations, which is something it's never not done, it's never not lived up to my expectations. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like there was like a very large like cloud of like disappointment hanging over my head
and uncertainty. It's like, well, man, I don't know where they plan on going with this, but hopefully they can, right the ship here. And it seems, as of right now, it seems like they might have. I still think they're lacking some of their juice, but they definitely,
they never found something with
they
this
revived
episode.
some HP this past week. I'll say that they
For sure.
they took a health potion or something.
Yep.
It's looking like it's going to shape out to be okay as long as they can tie this all up, and hopefully this season or 2 seasons
Yeah.
are self-contained, and then they can move on after this, and then kind of get back to their old form next year.
Yeah, and I hope we don't have to wait a year for something funny before, like, you know what I mean? Because I thought for sure we were going to get a special, whether it was in the spring or the summer. We didn't.
I don't think they have any specials planned in the immediate future whatsoever. I mean, I wouldn't mind being surprised by them having one.
I wonder if this
spring or
like
something.
2 weeks between episodes thing has been them kind of like budgeting time to build specials now as well.
It's possible. I don't know the details of the deal.
They only have to work the same amount of time, but they're getting everything done. Kind of, you know what I mean?
Well, that was, I believe, part of the initial Paramount deal that they signed. The first one that was also for $1 billion.
But they said we were going to get a new special like once every like 6 to 8 months.
I don't know if that was part of the new deal.
All right, I haven't looked up the new the new deal, if you will. But I know like
FDR,
initially there was like they had like what like 7, 8, 9 specials that were supposed to be, you know what I mean, like in the work, like planned or whatever it was. Like it was a significant amount of specials in addition to the new seasons. So I thought we would have gotten one because we went so long from the end of last season, season 26. We had nothing until season 27 started. You know what I mean? Which that was from last December all the way through, September.
Yeah, and in the previous season, at least they had the 2 specials that would bookend the season itself. So
right, we had one. You got one like kind of early summer, like May, June, and then you got another one like maybe like January, February or something.
Yeah, it would cap the season.
So it'd be filler, but
it made sense, and it was still part of the
like that, because I don't want to wait. If we have to wait until next September for a new season and any new South Park content, I'm gonna be kind of pissed.
We may.
I mean, not for nothing, but like if I was Paramount, I'd be like, "What the fuck are we paying you $1.1 billion for?" Like,
well, they signed a contract, so I can't even assume. You have to think that episode numbers, whether that includes specials or not, was all part of the deal. So they're under agreement in those regards. So and clearly they were given some wiggle room in terms of, okay, we might need to restructure a season where we're going, 2 weeks in between episodes. Might have to change some things here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Which clearly they did this. I'm just going to refer to it as one season, even though it's technically not.
I know it's technically two, but it's one season.
They didn't take a break in between. They're very shortened compared to the previous, and
yes, also
they've gotten shorter over time. But
from 27 to 28 like that, very weird. Love to know the reasoning behind it, but who knows?
I think it has to do with the contract, and they were like, well, we can just call any amount of episodes a season, but although that was probably also mentioned in the contract, like, well, the fewest episodes you can release and call it a season technically is X amount. That's the studio saying it, and then them saying, sure, okay, yeah, if we can do that, and then we'll just do 2 quote unquote seasons back to back, like concurrently.
Right.
That's how we're gonna structure it, at least for this time around. I'd like to see them change it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just strange. I can't think of any other show that's ever done that, animated or otherwise.
And I can't for the life of me figure out how it, like, unless I can't figure out how it benefits them, except for it fills their quota for seasons. Like the quota is seasons, not episodes.
Yeah.
And they're just like, okay.
I think that has to do with it too. Oh, well, we signed on for X amount of seasons. Well, a season now technically can be
5 episodes.
5 episodes.
Yeah.
And released every other week. So you're extending that season length in terms of when they're released. Once they're all out, you can stream them whenever you want. But in terms of waiting for the new one, yeah, it's every other week for the fans.
Yeah,
so.
Very, very, very strange.
And then, yeah, they even delayed the Halloween one to Halloween, which, okay, fair. You want to air it on Halloween.
That was only a 2-day delay. Instead of Wednesday, it was Friday. Like, who cares?
And I still didn't watch it live.
I do wish they had done, like, something like thrown it back to, like, Spooky Vision and, like, Barbara Streisand type stuff, like, whatever, but whatever.
Yeah, that one was on.
Neither here nor there. I'm not here. Just ignore me.
That one was on during lunch. I think it was last week as well. And yeah, with the Barbara Streisand faces in the fucking corner.
Yeah.
It dominates the whole screen, basically.
It does. Tonight's episode will be provided to you.
It's aggressive. It's aggressively framing the entire show.
Yeah, because there was the Spooky Fish. I think that was the only one with Spooky Fish. That was the only one in Spooky Vision.
Right. Yeah, it was just kind of like a one-off gimmick thing, and
yeah, I think that was the only one. I don't think they did a second one in Spooky Vision. I'd have to go back and look now that I think about it. But the first year or two when they did the Halloween episodes, like I'm trying to remember.
I feel like they kind of got away from that because in their eyes, they might have felt like, oh, this is getting kind of to be too much of a common occurrence for us, like Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors. Which is like, we're always expecting this.
Oh, Pink Eye was the first one. Duh.
Oh, yeah. Scott Baio gave me Pink Eye.
Yeah, and then Korn was the second one. And then they took a break from them for a couple of years after that. They did the next one was Hell on Earth. And then a Nightmare on FaceTime, which was
so they do Halloween episodes, but they don't do always the spooky, like that gimmick sort of thing. And yeah, they probably have skipped a year or two here or there. Although
they've definitely skipped a year or two with Halloween episodes because
there was a specific one.
Yeah. Because there was the scooter one. Everybody was scooting.
Oh right,
Korn's Groovy Pirate Mystery was probably my favorite. That was like the Scooby Doo ripoff.
Yeah, that one's
Korn actually did the voices for that, so that was pretty sweet. And they're like, "Hey gang, we all wrote a song about this, and it goes a little something like this: 1, 2, 4," and it's just falling away from me.
Yeah.
And then Kenny has like this super sweet like neck walker costume, and he just loses to Wendy in her Chewbacca costume for the 3rd straight year.
Yeah, it's just the mask. It's
it's just the Chewbacca mask
that everybody else had too.
Yep, fucking love it. because that was a throwback to season 1 from Pink Eye
Mm-hmm.
when they went as Raggedy Ann and Andy, and
Yes.
then Andy bailed on Stan last minute.
When is Chewbacca?
Yeah, when is Chewbacca? So you want to give
So
all the candy
random.
to starving kids in Nairobi.
Speaking of starving kids,
Ah,
Joey,
yes.
you know
No,
who's not starving anymore? SNAP benefit
yeah, no,
recipients.
they are not. They are not sorry. They can get their Kool-Aid drink mixes, their Twinkies, their Ho-Hos, their Oreo cookies. They're all their healthy, sustainable foods that don't contribute to diabetes or obesity at all. Are now free to run through the veins of the impoverished.
And you can thank the Republicans for that
You
because
can.
they did not
And for
fold,
and for
they
and
did
for
not bend, they
Democrats.
did not break.
They didn't. For the first time in a long time, they didn't actually, which is crazy. Um, yeah, no, so the government shutdown ends. I love how the way, like, I just love it's just so funny to me watching the Democrats and the mainstream media try to frame this as the Republican shutdown. And they're like, X amount of people, X amount of millions of people are gonna have higher health care benefits and all this other shit. And you have guys like Bernie Sanders out there being like, these people are going to have to pay more in healthcare benefits than anyone else, and they are going to be unjustly kicked off of welfare, of their Medicaid and their Medicare, and they're not going to be able to receive the medical care that they need. And you're like, Bernie, shut the fuck up. Like,
Yeah.
we know you've taken more money from pharmaceutical lobbyists than anybody in DC in your career. Like, please stop. Like, you're not. The only people you're fooling are your fucking sycophants that think you're some sort of fucking savior. And they're like, oh, Bernie
Yeah.
Sanders is a treasure. We must protect him at all costs. Like,
Career
really?
politician who's never done anything for anyone other than
Yeah.
himself.
You think this old career fucking communist faggot gives a fuck about you? Are you fucking dense? Like, how dumb are you? But these are all the same people that sit there and say, you think Donald Trump actually cares about you? And I'm like, no, I don't. I think he cares about America.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't think he gives a shit what happens to me. No. I think he understands that, and I don't think any human being is should be, how do you say, handcuffed or boxed in to the point where, like, you must care about every single individual
Yeah,
person
because guess
on a
what?
personal level.
Bernie and them are the most disingenuous because it's like, I know you don't give a shit about anyone either, but at least Trump isn't like lying to my face about it. You are. You don't
Yeah.
actually give a shit about anybody.
No, they don't. They care about lining their own pockets and and they care about communism. That's all they care about. They care about forcing communism on the West because that is what communism did, right? The Cold War, we all know, we've all seen the Yuri Bezmenov videos and the Cold War shit and everything else about how the only way to destroy America is from within, and you must sow discontent and divide them amongst themselves, and then they will fall, much like, the Soviet Union fell. And it's like, dude, it's like when the Berlin Wall came down, you don't have to look very hard to figure out which side everybody went running from to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nobody on the capitalist side was running over to the communist side. All the people on the communist side were sprinting across to the capitalist side. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
please God, get us out of here. Like, you guys have food over here? They're
Yeah,
like,
shit, you got
fine.
food?
They're like, dude, what are you talking about? We got fucking food for days. Like, what's your problem? Like, I haven't eaten in a week. You're like, how? How is that even possible? I thought you guys had everything for it. Well,
You see, there's this wall, and then there's these people.
Yeah, it turns out that
on the side of the wall.
elites are just keeping it all for themselves. Oh wow, really? No way. Humans were corrupt? God, that's shocking. But yeah, it's so fucking stupid. It's so disingenuous. And I honestly, I think Bernie Sanders is quickly climbing the ladder of people I hate most in like the world stage. Not like he was always just like this old guy that I always looked at as being just like this chud, this just old chode, fucking, kind of kooky looking retarded weirdo that I was just like, he's a fucking communist. Like, who gives a shit? Like, no one pays him any attention. Not even
he's not gonna get much traction. Like,
yeah, he's just kind of an afterthought. But now, like, now that he's trying to like push like AOC and the squad and all like these like hard, like, I mean, I'm talking like left of Lenin liberals that are honest to God, communists like the Mandami, Zoran Mandami voters and all this other shit.
Yeah.
Like these people, like that's who he's pushing now because he knows the Dems, the Democrat Party of traditionally, they told him to go fuck himself many a times. I mean, they rigged the primary against him for Hillary, and he just sat there like a good little stooge and said, "Yeah, well, the people have spoken, and I did not win, but I am once again asking you for your financial backing." Like,
I
okay,
am once
well,
again losing the fucking primary.
yeah, I lost the primary, yet again, because I fucking suck, and I have no control over this party. And they give it to Hillary Clinton. Like they fucked him 7 ways to Sunday, but he stays like a good little stooge and a good little lapdog for the Dems, and he just stays there doing their fucking dirty work. But now I think he's seen a little bit of the light, and he's like, maybe the future is with like AOC and these really far left
Well,
ludicrous,
yeah, because those
ludicrous
the
radicals.
AOCs, the people around her age were like what, probably like 16 to 18 when he ran in 2015, 2016.
Yeah,
Uh, so they were already like on board back then, probably,
they
and they've
weren't
only
old enough to
gotten
vote, or they didn't because they were too lazy and
yeah,
just apathetic.
or were already like in college, and they were already down with him from day one, and now they've actually risen to prominence and
Mhm.
positions of power within the government, one way or another. And he's just like, yeah, well, I'm too old to run for president, but I can get all my other lunatic commie fucking supporters to back these fucking
Yeah, no
people,
shit.
the new young voice, and mostly
Yeah.
female too, which is great for those numbers. And it's just like these people are just as shallow and disingenuous as he is. They just happen to be
And
younger.
retarded.
Yeah, and gay retards,
Gay retards.
as we've established on the show.
Retarded fish frogs.
Mm-hmm. God damn. It always comes back to South Park.
It
But
never fails.
yeah, no, I totally see that. That's exactly what's happening as far as I'm concerned. And it isn't a good thing because there are so many gay retards that are young on the internet who take this shit at face value and see anything that's taken out of context regarding Trump at
That's
face
true to an
value.
extent, but I think the younger generation is wisening up to the bullshit, at least
Some
a
of
little
them are.
bit. Some of them are, which is more than in the past, which was none of them. But like, I feel like the people that are really pushing for the AOCs, the Bernie Sanders now, and like the Zoran Mandami crew, like I feel like those are your like 60-plus-year-old liberals.
Mm.
You know, like the boomer generation of the liberals, the Woodstock hippie generation, if you will. Well, not them, but they're a little younger than them. But like those kids, those people's kids. You know what I mean? Well, or like the somewhat similar to that generation, where like they're just like yeah, man, like peace, love, and smoke weed, and everybody should be able to do all this stuff. And it's like I saw this one TikTok of this one kid, and he was just like he's like having a meltdown. He's like, no one should be allowed to buy a second house until every person in America has a home. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, I worked in real estate and everybody told me, like, buy another house. When you have another house, buy another one, buy another one, buy another one, keep buying houses. And he's like, and that was fucked up to me. And I didn't like that. So I quit real estate. And I was like, all right, tough guy. Well, if buying another house was the goal of all these real estate agents that you were talking to, and they kept buying houses and buying houses and buying houses to gain generational wealth, if you felt so inclined, why didn't you use the money you were making from real estate to continue to buy these houses and then give them to people who couldn't afford them,
Yeah.
or house people in them who couldn't afford to be housed on their own?
Oh no, I had to sell them.
Well, I that's not my responsibility. Oh, but you want it to be everybody else's. Like, that's the thing. And this kid he couldn't have been, 30, 32 at best. And I'm like, this is the problem with you fucking kids, is you've never fucking worked a real job in your life. You've never worked a real day out in the world. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Your life exists through the lens of like whatever TikTok, Instagram show you. And then your mainstream media friends and your little fucking butt buddies, on Reddit and all this other shit. And you get fed this propaganda over and over and over again. And you actually start like, and that's the thing, is like they actually start to believe their own bullshit. and you're like,
Yeah,
wait,
they're
hold on.
completely brainwashed in that
No,
regard. They
like I can sit there and be like, like when we talk about like Jim McGonigal always comes up on this show. Like we can sit there and talk to Jim, and I can be like, Jim, like I know you don't actually believe some of the stuff you're saying. Like I know you're saying it to like just poke at me and like try to get me mad, but I know you don't believe that. The problem is that there are people that do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people that actually believe the shit that's being said. And you're like, oh, wait, hold on. Like, you're not just saying that on Facebook to be a troll? Like, you actually believe this? Oh no. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. We got problems then. We got problems. Big problem.
Yeah, I see it all the time. The only social media I'm on is X, and yeah, that's for the show.
Because
Folks.
X won't give it to you.
Yes, every time. So if you guys want to follow it, it's I even forget what it is. It's at the adult table OG.
The adult table of jizzle, my nizzle.
But it's all most of what I'm seeing here on it is it's because my algorithm is based, on what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
For the most part, what I'm searching, I don't even search shit on X.
No,
I
search something, it's because it's something very specific, like a poster.
But it's all leftist bullshit. It's all leftist bullshit, and most of it I can tell at this point is like not AI generated, but specifically, but it's all by people who are getting paid to be on there, and they're just putting shit out there that's inflammatory to generate clicks and engagement, and they're getting paid for the engagement, and they're getting crazy engagement because what they're saying is so retarded. I'm not giving them any money.
That's pretty much all social media has devolved into.
Yeah.
At this point, and that sucks because I was doing it's become the same thing. Like obviously, like I'm a big sports guy, right? I do a lot of sports talk. I do a sports talk podcast. I consider I try to have takes that reflect the real world, that are actually real, that people can listen to and learn from, or potentially learn from, or take and say, or disagree with and challenge me on. Whatever, either way, you're learning from it, right? If I say something you don't agree with, you're going to go out of your way to prove your point that you do disagree with me and why you disagree with me. Now, you have so many people, and like just as a microcosm, like for example, like this week, Nick Wright, who's on ESPN, has been saying all this like just crazy shit about how he was guaranteeing a Kansas City Chiefs victory on Sunday or yesterday. There's no way in hell the Chiefs are losing this game. The Broncos are frauds.
I saw that.
and all week, it's just the Chiefs. The Chiefs end up losing because the Broncos are the better team. And all of a sudden, it's like, all these people are like, oh, can't wait to tune in tomorrow at 3. And it's like, yeah, no, that's what they wanted you to do. That's what they wanted you to do. Like, you fell into the trap. Like, he's only saying this ridiculous shit. Like, until clicks and views stop being the primary driver behind monetization on social media, this is all we're going to be left with. Everything nowadays is rage bait. Everything. It's all just rage bait. Oh, you're going to do some power rankings? We're going to leave, like I a couple weeks ago, somebody left the Broncos out of the top 10 on their power rankings entirely. Yeah. It's like, dog, they're the number 1 seed in the AFC. How are they not in your top 10? I don't believe them. They suck. I think they're bullshit, and I think they suck. And the comment section is just overflowing with people. And I'm like, no, this is stupid. I'm like, I'm not getting it. And I don't partake in it. I see it because it comes up on the algorithm, because it has to do with, because the Broncos are obviously trending and I follow the Broncos. So makes sense. Same thing with like Drake May for MVP.
Yeah.
Listen, I like Drake May. I know this isn't a sports show, but I like Drake May. Drake May is in no way, shape, or form the NFL MVP, nor should he be in the top 5 of the conversation right now.
Oh, well, fuck you, Joey.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, I could qualify that in about 60 seconds in an infinite number of ways, but by me saying Drake May is MVP of the league, I'm pissing off all the Rams fans, all the Colts fans, all the Broncos fans, all the Chiefs fans, and I'm getting all those people. It's not about making a point anymore. It's just about pissing off enough people to get them to come to you and call you a retard. because that's what drives the shit now. That's what drives the clicks.
And you know what? This kind of comes back to South Park in a way, because they had that video where they had featured all the YouTube stars at the time.
Yep.
And like the internet money. Yeah, let's get some of that with Canada. It was before it was monetized. Yeah, it was before it was monetized.
Stop laughing, baby.
It has been since then.
Yes.
And now it's a reality, and like you just said, it's online. We're on a click-based economy. Like you said as well, as long as it's like monetized in that way, it's a problem, because that also leads to the misinformation spread. It's like the more likes and shares it gets, it doesn't matter if it's true or not.
Oh,
as long as it's visible and it's getting engagement.
And this is a perfect segue into our last topic. But like, how many likes and clicks did all these people get when they were like, when the New York Times was like, oh, Donald Trump was mentioned in the Epstein files, and they took 3 selected pages,
yes,
with Donald Trump's name on it out of 400 and something whatever, and they took 3 pages, and all the times it was mentioned, they redacted a bunch of shit. And you're like, well, what's redacted? And you're like, oh, it's Virginia Guthrie's name. You know, the woman that testified that Trump had nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
But they wanted Trump's name in the Epstein file leak to be like, we got him.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like right up there with like Rachel Maddow, and she was like, we got his tax returns, and you're like, okay, cool.
Okay. So he paid his taxes.
We paid his taxes. Awesome. Thought you had him.
Yeah.
Nope.
So that was their pivot to losing the the whole government shutdown deal. They were the ones refusing to pay SNAP benefits for a holdout for healthcare reform, which was going to be sunset anyways. Obamacare was going to be done relatively soon. And the 3 things that he promised that it would do, he never came to fruition. 1, if you liked your doctor, you weren't able to keep him.
Nope.
2, if you liked your plan, you weren't able to keep it. Or it would be jack the hike up, which leads directly into 3. It'll be affordable for everybody. Nope, wasn't. Never was. It was a failure. Let's see what else we can do. And now everybody's happy again, except for the Democrats, which is why they had to bring up the Epstein bullshit again, when they had 4 years of this information allegedly and never used it, especially during the election season last year, which, if it had anything on Donald Trump concrete or damning, he would have not have won that election.
And is that not the easiest thing to see? Like, don't you think that if the Joe Biden administration had some damning evidence on Donald Trump, that they would have just exposed him with that damning evidence? And maybe they would have stepped on a few of their friends in the way, along the way. Maybe Bill Clinton goes down.
Yeah, but isn't this for? Don't you want to beat him in the race? And
but if you want to continue this, like, do we sacrifice Bill Clinton to get Donald Trump? I mean, I think if I'm a current Democrat, I think, yeah, that sounds like a pretty fair trade. You know what I mean?
You'd be the one that took Trump down and potentially send him to jail if they had that kind of actual hard evidence.
But instead, you get Letitia James,
yeah,
out here to try to go after Donald Trump, and she ran on the campaign of I'm gonna get Donald Trump. Like, that was her whole campaign, was like, I'll get Donald Trump. And it's like, on what? She goes, don't worry, we'll find something.
Oh,
and that's the Democrats' mantra now, is like, show me the man and I'll find the crime, not show me the crime and I'll find the man.
Yeah,
the way it's supposed to be. So that was their whole thing. And you had Letitia James and Jerry, I wear my pants up to my tits, Nadler, and like all these people coming out and like they're like, we got him and we're gonna get him and we're gonna get Trump. And it's like, you don't think for 1 second that if the Democrats and Joe Biden had access to information that was going to torpedo Trump and everything in his entire movement, you don't think they would have used that?
Of course they would have.
Of course they would have. They would have nuked their own fucking faces to get rid of Trump. Like, they would have sacrificed everybody except themselves, who personally. You know what I mean? Like, you think Joe Biden would have sacrificed Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and the Clintons? Of course he would have. Do you think Nancy Pelosi would have sacrificed Joe Biden? Absolutely. Do you think Kamala would have sacrificed? Of course she would have.
They're
Like,
as cutthroat as it gets. Of course
yeah.
they would.
And so
Absolutely.
when this whole thing came out and this Epstein thing, and they're like, oh, he's mentioned in the Epstein files, we finally got him, and then you read it and you're like,
Yeah, what's the context of which he's mentioned in it?
I mean, first of all, you see the headline and you're like, yeah, okay. You immediately, it just invokes an eye roll from everybody on the right, or everybody with half a brain or 4 functional brain cells that can put 2 and 2 together. Like, okay, yeah, here we go again with this shit. And then you read it and you're like, wait a minute, hold on. And they're like, wait, what is this? I've read this before. I've seen this before. And you're like, oh, this is Virginia Guthrie's testimony. Yeah, no shit, he was mentioned in it. Like, he had to have been mentioned because they were like, yeah, no, because they asked him about it. So he's mentioned because the prosecution asked the witness about him, and the witness said, no, Mr. Trump never did X, Y, or Z. Mr. Trump was very polite. Mr. Trump was this. Mr. Trump was that. Mr. Trump didn't do any of this stuff. And you're like, and they're like, oh, but he was mentioned. But he was mentioned.
Like, yeah, and they post that as a gotcha, and all the time on X, it's posted as like, oh shit, got him now. Holy shit. Oh shit, this is it.
We got him now. The walls are closing in. We got him.
And then you actually read it and you see what it says, and then all the most of the comments are either by other gay retards like, yeah, we got him. And then all the rest are them their source being cited and highlighted further saying this isn't a win for you guys, like, at all. He's not implicated in any kind of bad way here whatsoever. Right. What the fuck are you talking about?
People don't remember that, like, when like they're like, oh, well, Trump and Epstein knew each other really well. It's like, well, yeah, they lived in like the same like 3 square mile community in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And then Trump found out what he was up to, kicked him out of Epstein, kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
Cut ties with him. Like, wouldn't it just be the biggest kick in the fucking nuts if it comes out that Trump was the informant to the FBI all along about Jeffrey Epstein and all of his shit? And it's like, and Trump's just like, see, I told you, I got Jeffrey Epstein. I was the one that had him arrested. I was the informant that gave them the information that he was a scumbag. And he was a scumbag. I knew he was a scumbag. That's why I kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. You know, like, and you could just see Trump like take it, and the mainstream media wouldn't know what to do. They'd be like, the headline tomorrow would just read like, Trump's a snitch. Like,
of course this couldn't be known when I was in office or running for office.
You know, like, couldn't be known because it was the statute of limitations. But some say this is the greatest snitch job of all time. I don't say that, but some say that. You know, like, it would just, but the mainstream media would lose their fucking mind because they would just be like, oh, Trump's a snitch. He fucking ratted on Epstein.
Yeah, and then they go to defending Epstein like they're kind of doing right now because they're like, oh, Epstein said in the files, like in personal messages with other people, that he thought Trump was like the worst person he's ever met. And it's like, that means something bad when Jeffrey Epstein, of all people, says that. And it's like, but now you're taking Jeffrey Epstein's side? Like, what?
Yeah, right. So now...
Wait, so you're saying you believe a pedophile? Yeah. Child sex trafficker?
Nothing but the guy that if a pedophile doesn't like me, I'm okay with that. In fact, I want that.
No, I want them to fear me.
Yeah, I want the pedophiles to not like me. I actually, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just don't seem to quite understand
anything.
I mean, yeah, that's, putting it bluntly.
Yeah.
But yeah, release the files. I mean, Mark Montigny, our state senator, posted a Facebook post earlier today or yesterday, whatever it was, saying like he's like, I don't give a fuck who goes down with this shit. Like, release the files.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm
all for it too.
Down. If it somehow implicates Trump in a negative light, so fucking be it, dude. Yeah, like, I don't care.
I'll denounce him if that's the case.
Same. Like, be like, all right, see you later, dude. Like, thanks for all your help, I guess, but like, fuck you, you're a weirdo.
Yeah, shit. Like, we got to figure out, the rest of the what's going to happen with America now if that's the case. Yeah. But until that day comes,
yeah, we got to have a nice little come to Jesus moment here and figure out what the fuck we're gonna do. But did you hear Megyn Kelly's almost I don't know if it was an explanation / defense of Jeffrey Epstein in a way, where she was like, it was one of the most bizarre things I've ever heard, where she was basically like, she's like, and I heard this from somebody, this is Megyn Kelly saying, like, I heard from somebody, that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't into like minors. Like he wasn't into like 8, 9 year olds. He liked girls that were like 16, 15, 16, 14 to 16 that looked their age but could pass for a legal age sometimes if they needed to.
That's
You know,
still a
and I'm
minor.
like, what? I'm like, hold on. It's one of the most bizarre things. You gotta go if you haven't seen it, go check it out.
I
It
did
was so weird.
see
He's like,
a blurb about it.
he's not into like 7 and 8 year olds. He's more into like 14 and 15-year-olds. Like two totally different things here, guys. Come on, like it's just so different. I'm like, no, like a 14
Legally, no, there isn't.
yeah, no, there
I
isn't.
mean, one is worse than the other, I will say, but
Definitely
they're both
exponentially worse.
but
Because
they're
like
both very bad.
because there are plenty of 14 and 15-year-old girls that are very much sexually active, but they're usually sexually active with other like 14 and 15-year-old boys, which the legality of it is one thing, but like, listen, man, we were all in high school once. Like, we know
If
how
they're
it
the
goes.
same age, like okay,
But like, if you're even like, I don't know, for me, like when I was in high school, like I would like when we were a junior, if like you saw like a freshman come in, I was like, yeah, like no, like I'm all set. Like I didn't even want to like no,
yeah,
like that was weird to me. Because at that age, I'm like, dude, she's like 13. I'm
well,
like,
yes, because that's
14
still
years
within
old.
that age bracket where 3 to 4 years, like 2 to 3 to 4 years, is still wide enough of a gap where it's not appropriate.
Yeah,
Even if it is consensual, it's still like for a senior to be with like
a freshman or even a sophomore was like weird. Like, really?
I mean, you see that I mean, I still think it was weird. Like I was always dating someone in my grade or the grade below me.
I would go one grade lower. That was it.
Yeah.
In high school, that was it. I was one grade down. That was my threshold.
Same. And
I
even then, I didn't
even look at a girl below that.
Even then, I didn't really. I only had one girlfriend that was younger than me.
Yeah, I had
school.
one girlfriend in high school. Technically, it was after high school, really. But
then I went to college, and the first girlfriend I had there was a year older than me. So it's like,
okay, yeah. Well, college is a different animal. I feel like once you get to college, you're at least somewhat of an adult. Like you've graduated high school. Like
so, you should have at least some more life experience.
Yeah, that's a little bit different.
Not necessarily maturity, but
right. But the difference between like a 14 or a 15-year-old and like an 8 and 9-year-old, yeah, that's an alarming difference. Like that's disgusting. Yeah. But either way, like, and again, it's hard for me not to look at this as a 40-year-old man. Like even like a 14, 15, like to me, like 21-year-olds now, I'm like, like that's too young. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm like, don't get me wrong, like I get it. You're an adult, like you're in a young adult female, but also like. I don't know. Like I look at Bill Belichick dating a 24-year-old. I'm like, what do you think they talk about? You know what I mean? Like, what are those conversations?
Most of it is her telling him what they won't be talking about.
Right. Yeah, probably.
We're not talking about that. No.
Like you see it all the time. Like, like I won't put it I won't be too specific about it, but I know of this couple where there's like I want to say she's like early 20s, like maybe like 20, 21 at best. And he's like double her age, so our age.
I couldn't do that.
And I'm like, what are they like? What are their conversations about? Like, what are they like? You know what I mean? Like, she's like going to college and like getting an education, and like, I know what I was doing at 20 years old and what was important to me, and I know what's important to me now.
Yeah,
those things are very, very different, vastly different.
He's coming at home, getting ready to watch the new series of Matlock.
Yeah, and like it's always like in this particular instance too, it's always like one of those weird things because we always like me and a couple other people that like view this situation from afar. We're like, it's weird because like she's not gross, you know what I mean? like she's actually kind of cute, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, how is this? How did this happen? And but it's a whole weird story. I can tell you off the air one of these days, but I don't want to be too specific.
Oh yeah, sure. No, yeah, we don't need to.
It would definitely, like, God forbid anybody ended up hearing it, they would definitely know what I was talking about, and be like, "Oh shit!" But
in the off chance somebody watches this and fucking
oh yeah, listen, man,
and puts it together.
We do it every week. Somebody's watching it, so
hell yeah. We get some views.
But it's just one of those things. Like I don't know, like that age of, but like Megyn Kelly's like. It was almost like a defense of Jeffrey. I was usually like he's a weirdo, but he's not that much a weirdo. Like he just likes girl. And I'm like, so what are we? I'm like, hold on. I'm like, what is this? Like the whole like, oh my god, like, hey boys, there's grass on the infield, play ball. Am I
That's
right? Like,
basically
no.
exactly what she's saying. Just
Yeah, she's like, these fucking broads knew what they were doing. They were probably sucking dick in high school anyway, and now they're just sucking older rich guy dick. What's the difference? You're like, well, there's a huge difference. Like one's a learning experience, the other one's sex trafficking.
yeah.
One's prostitution, the other one's just growing up,
hmm
a normal kid.
Yeah, as long as it's done, yeah, as long as the age gap isn't that bad of a thing and it's consensual, then who really cares?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're not going to stop high school kids from doing high school kid shit,
No.
but there's no reason for it. And like, even like, I always thought it was weird too. Like, we were like seniors in high school, or like seniors or juniors, and like girls our age would be like dating guys that were already like in college. I'm like, really? I'm like, your girlfriend? Like, I can't imagine like going like off to college and being like, yeah, my girlfriend, yeah, she's still in high school. Like, I feel like I would get like, I'd look at you weird. You're dating a fucking high schooler, dude?
I
The
mean,
fuck?
if it's a year difference,
A 1 year difference. Okay, like yeah, she was a
any
junior.
yeah,
We met sophomore year, whatever. We dated all through high school.
any more of a gap than that, then yeah,
Whatever.
that's definitely
I'm not.
sus.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that's wrong either. Like, I don't want any people like, because I'm sure there's plenty of people that have dated, that were in college and their girlfriend was still, or boyfriend was still in high school. I know it's gone both ways for me. I know people who have had on both sides,
Yeah.
girlfriend and boyfriend, vice versa, being still in high school. Well, the other went off to college for a little bit, but it just always like bugged me. I don't know, like the age gap thing to me at that age was like, maybe it was just me, and maybe it's why my shots rarely landed because I always shot for older girls, and I was by no beacon, I was gonna say I was by no means a beacon of maturity. But I liked older like girls that were older than me, and
yeah.
yeah. So I was like, whatever, dude. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, could I go poach, a freshman or a sophomore as a junior in high school? Yeah, probably, but ew. Like, I don't know. It just felt like weird. Like, I'm like, I feel like I should go like ask your parents if I can talk to you first. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Well, and
I
then
don't know.
the funny thing is, now fast forward 10 years. That age gap now doesn't really mean anything. The same age gap that you had with somebody back when you were
No,
in high
because like
school.
me as like a 40-year-old,
Yeah.
right? I'm 40 years old. I could find a 30-year-old female.
Yeah, no, I mean like the age gap.
Hypothetically, I could find a 30-year-old female that could like match me on a wavelength. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
that I could vibe with and be like, oh, okay, like you're cool, like we can get along. Like, yeah, there's 10 years between us, but it doesn't really matter. Anything younger than that, I don't know, 10 years maybe. You start getting into like 24, 25-year-olds, like at that point, and then like you even get you like 21. I'm like, all right, like you're just a kid. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
that's a
anybody
kid.
below 30 to me is a kid still.
I know, and it's like I don't know when it happened, like when we became the old guys, but like
That
all of a
happened to
sudden,
me
like,
when I was like 35. I was like, all right, anybody. That's when I started notice a difference in talking to people and like the age difference.
yeah,
I'm like, yeah, people at least over 30 for the most part seem to at least have a grasp on
have a basic
shit.
understanding.
But anything below that is like, yeah, you're still just out there drinking all the time or doing whatever else is
I mean,
stupid.
do whatever like floats your boat, and that's fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was doing up until shit, man, 10 years ago. I mean, yeah, I was still going out drinking all the time and like doing shit and
Same.
hanging out. I mean, I lived 10 years ago. I lived right down the street from Rasputin's. I was walking distance from Raspi's.
I used
I
to
was in
live
there
right
all
next
the
to it,
time.
but then
Yeah,
it was still Bridge Street. But yeah.
back then, that's where I met my boy Big Paulie, and he was a bouncer there.
Oh,
And
Big Paul. Fucking, I used to call him Statutory Ape.
yeah,
He's a-
Big Paulie. Yeah, he was the bouncer. He played on their pool team too.
Yep. I'm
So I met
like,
him.
Paul, how are you like able to legally tend bar? Your knuckles are always bleeding because you
Yeah.
drag them as you walk.
Yeah.
You gorilla fuck, and he would
Yeah.
just laugh.
He's ape shit. He's great. He goes to my gym. He works at Cisco now.
Oh no shit, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I used to be hanging out with him and Scott, the former owner of it.
Yep.
Because he lived right across the street from it, and
Yep.
yeah, we go after
Yeah,
party there, and then
I see Big Paul all the time. Almost every day I see him at the gym.
Oh, good. Tell him I said what's up.
He's still in there working out. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Oh yeah, very nice guy.
Yeah, super good guy. But I remember him from when I was like, when I was 21 and I was playing pool league, and we went into the Bridge Street to play pool at once a session, twice a session, whatever it was like me, PJ, Smallwood, Pokey, Ben, you know what I mean, the whole group.
Yeah.
When we had our first pool team that we put together, and we would go to the Bridge Street, and Big Paulie was there, and he was the bouncer / played on their team, so he would work there and then shoot pool, and it was good times. It was a lot of fun, actually. We had a great time down there.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
And then it became Raspies, and I live right up the street. I would go there all the time. But yeah, 10 years ago, I was out drinking. So like, I don't know. Like, I can't imagine. I mean, don't get me wrong. I guess there's an ass for every seat. It's probably not as hard as I'm thinking it, but I've been out of the game for 20 years now. So
yeah, and good for you.
Haven't had to court a female in 2 decades, which has
Proud
been very
boy.
nice. Yeah, it's a nice feeling. It doesn't suck, but I just look around and like I see it everywhere, and I'm just like, I don't get it, dude. I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but the age gap thing to me has always been weird. But anyway, Megyn Kelly's explanation of that whole thing was very fucking sus.
Very fucking
Very
weird.
I'm just like, yeah, I'm like,
Poorly thought out.
This is not the defense you think it is. Like being like, well, he doesn't like 8 and 9-year-olds. He's not a total weirdo. He's more into like 15, 16-year-olds. Like,
I hope she didn't try to pass that by anybody first, and then
like,
they
Megyn,
said, "Yeah, you roll with that."
No, that's not it. I mean, is it less weird? Yes, it's still weird though.
But
still
the
weird.
way she put it, it's quite frankly fucked up. It's like, no, it sounds like you're apologizing for it.
I think by the time you hit like 25, 26, like if you're still single, like you're looking for a woman, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
a fully developed, and I mean in like, maturity wise, not just,
yeah, find yourself a woman who's like training to be an RN or like a fucking
like you're looking for like a woman, like somebody
dental
like,
hygienist, like a career,
start a family with, and like settle, you know what I mean, like that kind of shit. I think that's what most normal people look for, but then again, I don't know. I haven't had to do that. So like I said, I met my wife when I was 20 years old. She was 19, I was 20. So that was my 1 year. That was my 1 year thing. But I didn't know her in high school either. So we met when we were in college. So it was all fair game. But
yeah, so it's fine.
Yeah, it was totally fine. Totally fine. And obviously it worked out. So,
but yeah, my point with the age gap, like in high school, okay, you're a senior, you're not going to date a sophomore because that's weird. But
that's a little weird, yeah.
But you take that same person and you fast forward 10 years, that age gap now is not a thing.
No.
It doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't mean shit.
Because you're no longer children.
Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm. You're matured adults now.
And the age gap remains the same, but you're in your 20s, and it's
right. But
sure.
But when you're 16, that's 1/8 of your life.
Yes.
And when you're 32, it's not, it's a quarter of your life. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, or 16th of your life. You're like, oh yeah, oh never mind. Like, yeah, that fraction gets smaller and smaller the older you get. So it's like, yeah, I get it, but I don't know. It's just one of those things that always weirded me out. But Megyn Kelly's explanation on that was not very good. I did not care for that. I was like, don't know where you're going with this, but this ain't the flex you think it is, sweetie. You should.
Yeah, they should have had like the cut to fucking like technical difficulties and like showing like a cartoon drunk cameraman and like,
yeah,
we'll be right back. Like,
we'll be right back.
And meanwhile, yeah, they didn't cut the audio to the live feed, so you just hear like, Megyn, what the fuck are you just saying?
What the fuck did you just say? She's like, what?
You apologizing for pedophilia?
But you know what the funny thing is though, like, so like we're looking at it from a male standpoint of view, but like when you were a sophomore in high school, you totally could like go holler at a girl, and be like, sup, and that wouldn't be weird. That would make you cool. You know,
right? What I mean? Oh yeah, if you could.
That would work the other way. Whereas,
you are a senior, big
like
pimping,
coaching a freshman or a sophomore, you're like little sus, But if you were a sophomore and like you were dating a girl who was a senior, you're like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm the man. Like,
dude, that's a big pimping, fucking spending cheese right there. That's
facts. You're like, yeah, like I'm going to senior prom this year. It's like, oh, are you? Like, yeah, then your girlfriend's gonna go off to college and she's gonna realize that she doesn't want to date a kid in high school anymore. But that's okay.
Yeah, but you know
It'll be
what? I
worth it
got a
for that 1
couple
year.
of really rough and poorly executed hand jobs out of it.
Yeah.
So, fuck you guys.
I mean, at that point, they might have not have been. They might have been a little smoother and less
Hopefully.
poorly executed because it was the opposite way around, you know. But who knows? Who knows?
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
not you fumbling as you're trying to flip through her vagina
Yeah.
like it's a book.
It's like. Okay, so you know the frame "flick my bean" does not actually mean like flick, like do this.
Uh, to some of them, it does.
Like some of it. Flick my bean is still got to be one of my favorite fucking phrases. Like,
Think more of it as like doing a rapid drum hit on the
yeah,
snare or a hi-hat, like nice roll.
nice little double bass roll right there. You
But
know,
you're not well, I mean, you can get your wrist involved somehow.
yeah.
If you
Hey, get a little action in there. You know, like I just think it's so funny. Like like when like Stan's dad when Brandy was when he was Lord and he goes to the concert and he's like. They find out he sucks. It's the hologram episode, and they find out he sucks, and he's just like, "Ooh yeah, flick that bean." He's
yeah.
just like get on stage, you know, flick your bean and thrust your hips and whatever, and then everything will be fine. And he does it literally, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Oh, which reminds me, and maybe we can leave it off on this. Tie it all together with South Park again.
Always
Lord
do.
Lord recently did like make her return to performing in music,
Yeah,
and all the I never liked her in the first place,
same.
but I thought all the South Park shit was hilarious when.
Yeah, I heard she was like really like butthurt about it.
Yeah, she was, and as soon as she comes back, I'm like, look, I click on like the video, but I'm not watching it. But I go down to the comments. Almost all of them are like, "Welcome back, Randy," or like, "You're not fooling us, Randy." Like,
I'm ready. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, just yeah. I am Lord. Like feeling good on a Wednesday and
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
shit, yeah. Ugh.
Dude, that song that they wrote for that episode actually kind of slapped. Like,
Well, Trey in particular has like the musical theater background, so it's
yeah.
I mean all their songs are actually
They've written a
good.
bunch of originals for that series, for that show over the years, and they were all actually really good.
I don't think
Like,
they have a bad one, and that stems from all like from Cannibal the musical to through the Book of Mormon. I've
yeah,
listened to the Book of Mormon stuff. I haven't seen it.
definitely
So
got to see it. It's worth the watch.
yep,
Definitely
yeah.
worth it.
Mentioned that last week.
Yep.
I'm gonna look into it. Maybe they'll be coming around next year.
Do it up.
If they go to Providence, I'll definitely go to that.
It's well worth it. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
It's very funny.
Definitely.
It is very but it is very Broadway. Like you got to remember you're going to a Broadway show.
That's
So
I'm fine with it as long as I know
don't expect like South Park, but your sense of humor will allow you to just naturally progress through it and enjoy it.
Oh, I'd like to see Spam-A-Lot, the Monty Python and the Holy Grail one, because I know what I'm getting myself into there. At least it's like, okay, I already love the source material,
right?
The people that made it, so I'm gonna it.
It's like watching Family Guy Star Wars. You're like, well, this can't possibly suck. I love Star Wars, so
yeah,
fuck it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a good thing. It's a good combo here. I definitely want to check it out sometime.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Well, I think we covered all the bases on that shit tonight. What about you?
Yeah, that was good. We don't have a new South Park episode this week, so we'll have one less thing to talk about next week. But I'm sure as the world turns over the next 6 days, we'll have plenty to come up with. And
yeah, we'll see what other thing that the left will try to pivot on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Trump.
Yeah, I know. They're always trying to say like, oh, like he was there. Oh, you hear the thing like, oh, he gave Bill Clinton a blowjob or something like that. Like,
I heard. Oh, this video of him giving him a blowjob, which I think might have had to do with the JD Vance thing last week.
Yeah.
Which again, if they had it, where is it?
We would have already seen it.
It's so ridiculous.
We would already know.
Hey, and if it comes out, then guess what? It was Sword too.
And you know what? Yeah, exactly. Oh, you know what? If he did suck Bill Clinton's dick, I'd be like, all right, I'm not a homophobe. What of it? I'm gonna need an explanation. I'm gonna need you to stop talking.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna need to
You
hear
got
some words.
you got some
They're gonna
explaining
have
to
to,
do.
and they're gonna have to make a lot of sense. But I ain't no homophobe, so I'm gonna hear you out.
Yeah.
You know?
Why exactly did you do it? How did it benefit you?
Yeah. But nonetheless, that'll be for next week. Maybe. Hopefully not, but hopefully.
Yeah,
But
well,
hopefully not.
again, time will tell.
Indeed.
Until then,
I'm sure, like I said, in the next 6 days, we're gonna have more than enough to talk about. So
something will pop up.
it
As long as
always
I don't fall asleep on the couch,
Yeah.
I'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Indeed. All right, bud. Well, until next Monday, thank you everybody for
Thanks,
listening.
folks. Until next time, yes. Hang loose and take care.
Chutch. Enjoy your week.
Later.
Peace.